And we are back. Pokemon White 2, a hardcore randomizer. The run continues here. We've got 3 gym badges down, and now it's time to take on Colress for the first time. So you don't have nearly as many rival fights in this game, but Team Plasma is not messing around as the Magneton comes down. We answer with our X-Sploud here with the choice specs looking very nice. The Sandstorm is here as well. We got to watch out for that. We're going to go ahead and pivot into our Swampert, who matches up very favorably against the Magneton. Get the does not affect pivot right off the bat. The Mudshot from downtown, 4 times super effective, as well as stab, and Magneton is deleted. Colors has one more Pokemon in the back in the Caracosta here, the big turtle himself. We drop back with a super effective Mudshot, dropping the speed as well. It's not going to do too much, but a big crunch comes down, but doesn't really do much damage to Stockham as the Protect Cheese is here. We drop back with another Mudshot. It's going to be another super effective one, and it is enough to take down the Tortoise. Great stuff. Colress is defeated. And then for our next randomized encounter in the Desert Resort, it is going to be the Maractus, which you can normally find here. We drop back with the Pokeball and secure it. He ends up with the Water Veil ability. As far as the Relic Castle first encounter, it's the big burly Torkoal. We're going to secure this with a Pokeball, and he ends up with the Trace passive ability. And then for our first encounter on Route 5, it's going to be Frillish here. He ends up with the Suction Cups ability, chuck the Pokeball, and secure it. But there I was, just minding my own business, working my way over to the Route 16 first encounter when Champion Jill pulls up on her motorcycle, or should I just say bicycle, and she drops a Mewtwo in the rain, and unfortunately we got our tiny little Ellie kid out, but Mewtwo chooses a future sight, so I'm like, okay, maybe we can get a little bit crazy here with the Thunder Wave, lock down the legendary, lock down the icon as we pivot into a Pokemon that can potentially take the future sight as well as a damaging move from the Mewtwo, and it's not happening. So we drop back with a Stab Shockwave, and can we get a one-shot crit? Can we get a one-shot crit? No, we can't. We do a tiny bit of damage. Swift comes down, Pimp slaps Elgin with a fadeaway crit, and that is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. But can we get out of here with just losing the baby electric Pokemon? Can we do it? We send in Dublin. We're risking our Dragonite here. We drop back with the Dragon Rage. It's going to cut through all of Mewtwo's defense. It does pretty good damage. The shield comes down. The barrier is here. The future sight connects. Does it do a lot of damage? And yes, it does. We hold on. Dublin holds with 20. Drops back with the Dragon Rage through the paralysis. Mewtwo drops and we live to fight another day. And that encounter that we just mentioned ends up being the Seadra here. He ends up with the Airlock passive. Well done. And then for our Lost Lorn Forest first encounter, it's going to be the Blitzel here, the tiny little zebra. Drop back with the Pokeball and secure it. It has the Klutz ability at first, but when it evolves, it ends up getting the Sandstream passive, so watch out for that. All right, no real close calls on our way to Elisa. Let's see what team she is working with. Alrighty, time for Elisa, the 4th gym battle here. Machamp comes down, an amazing fighting type Pokemon. We answer with Madrid, our Maractus here, our tiny little cactus, and we were going to go for like an acupressure cheese. But given this matchup, I don't think we can really tank much, but maybe we can get some damage down first before swapping out, or we can just roll it all. Who really cares? We get a nice +2 speed boost. The low sweep comes down, cutting that by 1. We do have access to Giga Drain, which can kind of heal us back, as well as Synthesis. So now our Needle Arms have a really good chance of flinching, since we'll probably outspeed most things, and scratch that since low sweep just completely got rid of that regard. So now we're at 36 HP. Low sweeps have come down. We have chipped Machamp all the way to about 60% HP. So he is in prime time. He is in prime position here. I don't have any flying types. I don't have any psychic types. So we could just chill here with the Giga Drain. If we get a fadeaway crit, we're looking really good. Machamp drops into the red. The low sweep comes down. And now we are potentially slower, and we are flirting. We are absolutely flirting with death. But now we can get a clean swap when Elisa heals. So maybe that is the play. I'm not sure. Edinburgh definitely dies very swiftly to the low sweep. So we are going all in on Glasgow here, our Spider, and it has the bug typing, so it will resist the fighting typings coming across the battlefield. And we do have Mist Ball. We snuck that in there for a randomized moveset, and it does hardly any damage to the Machamp. He shrugs that off. He knows it's super effective. He does not care. However, we are going in for 2. make it 2, and Machamp holds with about 2 HP. The low sweep continues to come down. Thankfully, that's not very effective, and this is just a back and forth here. The seismic toss comes down. It's going to chip right through the HP bar. 26 HP and a dream. The mist ball fades away, and Elisa still has 2 Pokemon, and we've already taken massive damage. So the Probopass comes down. The big duckling with the mustache is here, and we got, I think it's a rock steel typing. It likes its electric type moves as well. So we are going into Stockholm, who goes for the rock slide. It's going to do a little bit of chip off the top. Not very effective on the swap, and we can just drop back with a 4x mud shot if that is what we are feeling. The speed drop as well, not that we needed it in the first place, but the Shell Belt for reprieve. Probopass is also working with a citrus berry. The rock slide coming down, no problem. We sidestepped that. The mud shot is here, and Probopass is gone. One more Pokemon here. What is Elisa working with? And it is the Maractus. She has her own little cactus. She must have went to the desert resort earlier to pick that up, and now we can really swap into anything. We have a lot of fire type coverage with our movesets here. Everyone could basically learn Fusion Flare, which is massive. Tokyo comes down, gets the trace, a little bit of a scouting out there, and the Water Veil comes down on top of the harsh drop of speed. No problem there. Torkoal wasn't outspeeding anybody. The Needle Arm is here. Does it flinch? And it does not. Tokyo with the sidestep gets the barbecue cooking, and the cactus is fried. Elisa is defeated. That is 4 gym badges. For our Driftveil Bridge first encounter, it is going to be the Abra. She ends up with the White Smoke passive ability, chuck the Quick Ball, and secure it. For our Route 6 first encounter, it's going to be the legendary Regirock here. It ends up with the Natural Cure passive, chuck the Nest Ball for disrespect, and secure it. Yeah, no commentary here. It's just a sad day in Glasgow as the Sigilus sidesteps the Electroweb, drops back with the Air Cutter, and everybody's favorite spider is no more. That leads us to our 5th gym battle here against Florentino, also known as Clay. He opens up with the Beautifly, a little bit of a bug flying cheese. Right out the bat, we send in our Dragon here, our Pride and Joy Dublin, and we're going to go ham. Unfortunately, we have Fusion Flare, which doesn't go well with Drizzle, so hopefully we can work that out. As the Whirlwind comes down, we did sneak in a Dragon Rage first, and it brings out Edinburgh, our Exploud here with the Choice Specs Uproar, which is just glorious. That's absolutely going to nuke the little butterfly, and 1 down, 2 to go. Up next is the Reunculus, pretty beefy for a psychic typing, and that is the Ace. The Stab Uproar comes down. Is it enough to take down the Blob? And it is not, because of the Sturdy. It was going to be a fadeaway crit, but Ranunculus holds on, gets a nice heal from the Citrus Berry as well, moves in for a little bit of Future Sight, and now the Uproar is still going though, so Reunculus is going to be gone, and there goes everybody's favorite Blob. All right, next on the menu is going to be Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime in the back. He's going to end the fight here for Clay. What are we going to do? And we wanted to use Bite, but because we locked into Choice Specs, we can only go for the Uproar. So a little bit tipsy, a little bit scary here, because if Mr. Mime pulls out all the stops, we are locked in, and that's right, we completely forget about the Future Sight from before, and the Blob from downtown. Reunculus avenging the broken from the grave as Exploud tanks that the Substitute is here as well. Mr. Mime stalling out. The Substitute fades, and if this kills us, it's all over. If this kills us, the Psybeam comes down, 33 HP. Exploud, can you hold on? And we hold on with 3 HP, and it's all we need. The Uproar comes down. Mr. Mime is defeated. Clay, give me that gym badge, my gosh. And then for our first encounter in Ms. Ralton Cave, it's going to be the Little Trapinch. Drop back with the Nest Ball and secure it. It's going to have the cute Charm ability. And for the best first encounter of the run so far, it's going to be the Goldeen. In Chargestone Cave, she ends up with the Runaway ability. Continuing our streak of amazing first encounters, it's going to be the Igglybuff found on Route 7. Chuck the Nest Ball out of respect and secure it. She ends up with the Shadow Tag passive. And that means it's now time to take on Skyla or Forest in this scenario. She sends out Swellow first, and we answer with Alexandria the Alakazam, who now has Lightning Rod, or Volt Absorb, I should say, for its passive ability. The Psybeam comes down, it is Stab, and it is so much damage. The Swellow is deleted. Glalie is here, And now I think we're going to swap out. Glalie usually likes to have crunch, so if we can't one-shot, we're absolutely dead to the Glalie here. And we swap into Tokyo, get the trace, and it's going to have the soundproof ability, but it actually just cheeses protect, so no problem there. We get the quick claw pop for the flamethrower, doing massive damage, but Glalie holds. Glalie absolutely holds on. The ice beam comes down in retaliation, doesn't do too much damage to Tokyo. We drop back with another flamethrower, and the protect is here, so we're going to have to rinse repeat one more time. The ice beam comes in, hopefully no freeze. Tokyo dodges, thankfully. The flamethrower comes in and finishes off the Glalie. Good stuff there. That only leaves one Pokemon, and it's gonna be the Regirock, the big, beefy legendary here. Only a rock typing, no added second typing, so we need to micromanage here and see what we want. We do have a water typing, we do have a grass typing, so we're actually gonna send in Madrid the Maractus just in case it goes for that explosion cheese. That way it's a cactus going down and not a beloved starter, but the defense gets buffed as well as the attack here with the curse. We lean in with the super effective grass type move. The curse comes down, and Regirock, that could be its final mistake as we drop back with one more Giga Drain, and that will do it. Skyla puts up a decent fight, but it's nowhere close to take on our team of 6. That is the 6th gym badge. As far as this video goes, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.